Alrighty, guys, that's right. Dial 911 in the event of emergency. Now, picture this scenario. Okay, this is a cop car, right? Right. You can see all the police sirens, all the goodies, all the laptops, all the snitch devices, radios, CB, Breaker 19, Roscoe Pico train calling Boss Hog, laptop. All they do is put your license plate in there, and that tell you everything about the person, the owner of the car. They don't really know who's driving. And of course, you got the rear where you can't really spit on nobody. I think these don't. Oh, they open. Yeah, you can't really cut up like you used to in the back of a police car. I don't know. I'm not really used to being back here. Some of you guys, this is familiar territory. Not me. Okay, yeah, I try not to break the law because I don't want to end up in a cop car and going to jail. Well, anyway, picture this scenario. Somebody just robbed a bank, okay? Now, the cop finally happy he got a hold to a cop car with a Hemi in it. You know there's some cop cars out there with 3.6 Pentastar that's ticking. Now, I'm not here to make fun of the 3.6 ticking, and don't sleep on the horsepower and the power of that little V6 3.6 Pentastar. However, it is nothing compared to this 5.7 liter V8 Hemi engine. Okay, so if I was a cop, I would much rather have the 5.7 Hemi. Okay, now back to my scenario. Somebody robbed the bank. Somebody radioed this, and this particular police just happened to be in the area. He turned his sirens on because he caught somebody. No, don't do rob the bank. Let's do somebody speeding that have warrant out for their arrest. You know they not gonna stop, right? So they punch it. Cop car, yeah, make my day. I got a Hemi. And he punch it. So he's chasing him. Now, picture this scenario. The cop car, the temperature hands start rising, right? It's at halfway. It gets all the way to H. Guys, and lo and behold, the cop have to give up the chase. You know why? Because he don't want to burn up his engine. It's overheating. He sprung a leak. Guys, this is a water pump. You see all this coolant down there? Yeah, he started overheating, and the bank robber, no, the speeding ticket guy managed to get away. All right, I said all of that to say this. Yes, cop cars, get your cars checked out, maintained. Stuff like this can be found early because you have telltale signs, right? You see all this red stuff? It's not Kool-Aid, right? It's not hot dog water, red hot dog water. This is freaking dried up coolant. That means, yes, you're starting to go bad. You're starting to fail, people. Police, can we have a little common sense? All right, that's why I come in at ta-da, Mopar, baby. Yeah, we don't use none of them Derman water pumps over here. We use the best. All right, so I got a water pump as well as a thermostat. All right, that's because that's where the leak is at. Now, it's an overheating problem. However, you need to be concerned with the symptoms of running hot. Now, hopefully, and I say this with a grain of salt, hopefully he didn't keep driving. He didn't keep chasing because he really wanted to capture this guy and get a bonus. You know, some police officers get a bonus for catching a crook. I gotta have that bonus. I'm on H, but I almost got him. I'm right on his tail. And then his engine quietly blow up. You know when the cylinder head warp, they do it discreetly. Yeah, you don't even know it, man. Just quietly expand and retract and just warp. Then you get those blown head gasket symptoms. You get those symptoms. Okay? So yeah, hopefully he didn't do that. Hopefully we can save it. But we won't know until, see, it's not looking good. I don't look like they ever flood. This got like 180,000 miles on it. I don't know why they hang on to these cop cars so long. Hopefully he didn't keep going and damage the engine. But again, that's where the term start here come in at. Yeah, we got to start here. We got to repair the obvious leak. This is obvious, guys. I didn't even need my pressure tester. You know what? It don't make sense to pressurize the system when you can visually see the leak, because all the leak is going to go to the weakest point, which is here. So what you do, you fix it, repair the leak, and then you pressurize it to see if there's any other leaks. Yeah, always keep that in mind. All right. Yeah, you'll go a long way doing that. So I'm going to fix this car, and hopefully the next crook that rob a bank or try to run from a cop because he got a speeding ticket, this guy can catch him and get his bonus. I'm here for you, Mr. Police. I apologize this happened to you. All right. Some poor crook got away because his car started running hot. All right, guys. Let me stop clowning around. But I feel bad. Okay. I had this done in about a couple of hours. All right. Yeah. Because I got to flush all the old coolant out. I don't want none of this old stuff out. Get all that coolant out. Put in new, fresh 10-year coolant. Okay. And another telltale sign. Well, this one ain't do it. Remember, guys, water pumping can fail in 3 different ways. Noise. All right. If this pulley, this bearing inside this pulley, bzz, bzz, that's one way it can fail. Another way it can fail, the obvious, leaks. Yes. That's the second way a water pump can fail. Noise and leaks. And last but not least, number 3, just simply not putting out. Yeah, you know how some of your female friends are. They just, okay, it's a family channel. The water pump simply not putting out. Now these impellers, it's impellers on the opposite side of the water pump. This is where all the magic happens. As you can see, there's a serpentine belt that drives this pulley, which make this impeller turn. This impeller will circulate water, coolant, whatever you have in the system around in the cooling system. Okay, that's how a cooling system works. Now, one of the best ways I know how testing if your water pump working from a putting out standpoint, yeah, the leaks is obvious and the noise is audible. All right, you should be able to hear noise and you should be able to see leaks. Now, as far as putting out, one of the best ways I know how, let the car idle, reach operating temperature, turn the heat on. That's right, I'm telling all my secrets. I don't care. I'm JT the car guy. My 250,000 subscribers should know this. Turn the heat on. All right. If the water pump doing its job and the cooling system is functioning, meaning the thermostat work, remember, the heater is relying on the thermostat staying closed for, a period of time, at least till a certain temperature is reached. All right. So you turn your heat on. If your heater is getting scorching or hot, guess what? Your water pump putting out. Yes, it's doing what it's supposed to do. All right, if you can feel these heat, this is not a heat hose, but if you can feel those holes and they hot, damn it, that water pump is circulating. Now, if you don't, and first of all, the system got to be full and free of air pockets. Okay, it's got to be properly bled. So everything I just said is null and void if your system is not properly full, free of any air pockets. So once you make sure that's the case, then you do your heater output test. If it's hot, ain't nothing wrong with this from a putting out standpoint. Okay, if it's not, this is questionable. I'm not saying it's the problem. I'm saying this is questionable because this thing has a job to do. I'm talking circulating coolant throughout the block, back through the radiator system. Once the thermostat open, it goes back to the radiator, and these little 5/8 heater hoses, yes, it's got to push coolant up there and the coolant circulate back through. But yeah, the whole vicious cycle is the responsibility of a water pump. Just like human being, the human heart, yes, that heart inside your body, similar. Oh, that may be a terrible example. However, it's similar. It's close. All right, I'm talking too damn much. Y'all don't like talking. Y'all want to see assholes and elbows. All right, I'm gonna get to work and see if I can get y'all some real cool stuff. Guys, I gotta go. That's all I have, man. Just having a little fun. I'll see y'all on the next freaking video. Gotta go.